Afternoon, everybody. This is Anthony from Airsoft, and I got my battle booze.
Saffron.
Aww.
Ooh, that'll be a fun one.
This is Asked Amped, episode 23.
Getting up there.
Question and answer show. Take your questions, answer them honestly down in the doobly-doo or on Facebook when we post it there. The honest, simple, let's do it. Start it off.
Coffee reload.
Woo!
Lots of fresh pots. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Jeez, great one to start off. I'm going to butcher this one. Gerardo?
Looks like Gerardo.
Gerardo. We'll give it that one. Estrada. Sup, guys? First question. I have a Phoenix flashlight, and I have the coiled pressure switch. Is there another pressure switch I can put on my light that will work with the Ergo pressure switch mount? Coiled switch, kind of annoying. This is a two-parter, so
Is theirs
yeah.
proprietary?
You have to use the one that they sell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I have it, and it's like 4 feet long.
It's right behind you. It's wrapped around the gun twice.
I just wrap it around things. It looks pretty stupid, and I tape it down, but whatever.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck with that.
Kind of stuck with it.
Second question.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Polar Star F1? And do you think it'll be better or worse or the same as the current engine? Great videos and keep up the great work. Rocky faces with a smiley face. P.S. Sorry if you get my second question doubled.
Oh, well,
We'll deal with it, but thanks for the support.
Yes,
thank you, sir.
You.
The F1, I like it. I think that it's a... Here's my thing. They're getting ready to release... They have the F1. They're also thinking about releasing an all-mechanical, pneumatic-only, no FCU.
Supposed to say that?
They've been teasing it for like 2 years.
Oops.
An all-mechanical, pneumatic gearbox replacement. So, to me... I think that the fusion engine will eventually, within a couple years, just go away.
I'm going to call it. I'd put money on it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I think
gonna,
within like 2 years, it should be just gone. Like the big giant fusion engine that we know now will be replaced by the F1, and then they'll come out with a new product, personally.
Yeah, what do you think about
I think the same thing. I mean, the fusion engine, that's not going to go down... Even though it's their own product, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not going to be like
So
freaking dinosaurs, meteorites.
If it does go the way Anthony's thinking, I think it's at their own rate and pace. So, maybe the price will drop not anytime soon. Don't get your hopes up.
I think you're going to see probably more prefabricated guns with them. Like
I think
with
with the F1, they're already able to customize more.
Well, Elite Force is working with them right now to have pre-built guns and kits for people who already own certain guns. So there's going to be an ARX 160 kit. There's going to be a Tavor kit. There's going to be
offset nozzles
for M14s. So, like, my thing is I don't see the point in the fusion engine existing anymore.
You have a TM. You're not allowed to Polar Star that thing.
The pixie dust is gone. I have to put something in it.
So, I like the F1. Oh, okay.
You picked the big one.
I like the F1, but, I just don't think the fusion engine is going to be around very much.
Yeah.
F1. Looking forward to it.
Zachary Tyrone, keep up the badassery in the vids. Thank you, sir. My statement about mag issues was not meant to be a statement. Technology and I don't get along at times, and my phone hit post instead of the space bar before I could finish. Lols. Well, I have no clue what you're referring to, so we're just going to continue on.
That was
sure there's an edit button in there, but whatever.
Whatever. With a possible lack of full functionality of the weapon, would making a 6-barrel Polar Star minigun be worth the thousands of dollars to do such a thing? Even without having the rotating barrels, still cool or just a little insane? Also, which mid-cap mag would you prefer, K120s or the Troy mid-caps? Well, we'll start with the minigun. I'm all for ludicrous stuff just because I find things hilarious.
Insane.
I don't know if now worth it, that's a whole other argument. But I think it'd be funny.
That really depends on your value of worth.
Yeah, that's...
It's going to be a lot of science to get that to actually function properly.
But it'd be hilarious.
Oh, we saw the Spartan laser thing that charged up and fired.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you
Worth
do
it.
you need to come visit with it.
Also, out of those two mid-caps, the K120s or the Troys, it depends on what weight BBs you shoot. The K120 shells are very, very nice, but the K120 springs inside the mags, not so great.
The Gen 2s that we're on now are kind of that way. If you had Gen 1s, I heard they were actually pretty decent.
I had Gen 1s, and they all...
Yeah.
So what I suggest is if you do like the K120 shells, because they fit PMag accessories and stuff like that, you could buy a set of Mag Brand or Elite Force mid-caps, gut them, pull the springs out, and put them in the K120 shells, and you'll have perfect mags. The Troy mid-caps, those are 190s. They're from SOCOM Gear.
I get a crush on them.
They feed really, really well, but they're kind of cheaper on the external. They're not quite as strong. Though they look cool because they're a magnet you don't see very often.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and don't they have some, like, they don't play nice with everything?
They have some
they have some fitment issues.
But they look so cool!
They do look cool. I like the look of them.
The Banana Man.
Ooh.
Could you guys give me a flashlight setup for a budget softer, friendly price? I was thinking about the Phoenix light and pressure pad for hashtag Blaze Opsing Hard. Any other suggestions? Keep up the great work. Well, thank you.
I think bang for the buck, the Phoenix lights are a very comparable stand-in for things like Surefires and Enforce lights.
Without going to repro or something like that.
Yeah, without going to a repro light. Another good choice would also be the primary arms. But the primary arms lights, on the average, are more expensive for the same lumen outputs.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Phoenix lights. I put Phoenix lights on all of my BB Wars guns. Like I said before, I save Surefires for my actual firearms because I'm a lot more likely to break or have my stuff get stolen playing Airsoft. So
thanks, Ohio.
Just anywhere.
Just anywhere. But like, so I just don't. I use Phoenix lights. I like them.
Do it if you
I've
want.
used yours when it's on the S&P, and I actually, that's probably going to be my next upgrade for BB Wars.
Just because, like, the thing is that they're cheap. So, like, okay, like, I could buy something that's the same output and same lens pattern as a Surefire and pay, like, $250, $300 for it. Or I could buy that Phoenix light, and it's, like, $60. And then I can put a pressure pad on it, which is $27 instead of $100.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then all I need to do is buy a mount, which is probably another $30. So already right there is huge savings. Huge savings. I'm only looking at $120 total investment instead of 400 and something.
Yeah.
The math just works out better.
You gotta understand, it comes generally later in life. You typically end up paying more for a name than for practicality.
I like Surefires though. Don't get me wrong. I just don't put them on BB guns.
I use repro. Mock me and the doobly-doo.
Get on me.
I don't care.
Hate me, I dare you.
Alright, Mitchell Town. Hey guys, what is the history behind a Daytona gun, and how do they function? Where do you even get one, and what's the price? I am waiting on your next review of the Tippmann because I like the idea of HPA but not needing a battery, and want the kick of a gas blowback. Do you think it is possible to drop the Tippmann system into a different gun, or will the Tippmann come out with different guns and with the system? The overall system seems like a good idea to me. Keep up the great work, and I'm proud to say I shop at Amped. Well, we're proud to say you're one of our customers, so thank you.
Thank you, sir. The Daytona gun. So, okay.
We had two gentlemen answer him on this one, I believe.
The Daytona gun system, it's a drop-in system for a gas blowback body. I do not know too much of the specifics of a Daytona gun because I've never actually owned one. I've played with one a little bit where someone will be like, hey, you want to see this? And I'll be like, yeah, let me see it. And then I'll run around and pew with it for a second and have a good time. But I don't own one, and I've never taken one apart. So it's a cursory kind of thing. It's just like a glazing.
That's that dark horse of the HPA world. Or
it's been around for, first of all, the Daytona guns have been around forever. It was one of the first HPA systems. They fit in gas blowback bodies, so if you're going to build one, or I would suggest contacting Tony Rizzo, I believe is his name.
Yeah,
he's the dude with the Daytona gun stuff. Like I don't really know. I know that they shoot really well. Yeah. I know that a lot of them have kits put into them to where they can take mid-caps with extended followers and have a bolt stop, which is freaking cool.
Come on, guys. Let's get on that for the rest of the airsoft market.
Which is cool. I've just never used one personally, so I can't speak to efficiency. I can't speak to, exactly how it functions, because I've only ever just kind of oh, it's cool, looked at it. My big thing about the Daytona gun is that they are pricey. I know that for a fact. They are expensive because I wanted to get one, and then I went, not buying that today or ever. Now, the Tippmann is cool. So it's like the halfway point between a gas blowback rifle and like a Daytona gun. It doesn't have the bolt stop. Sad, panda. But it is sweet.
I think the recoil and all the fun you get from it makes up for one function you don't have.
Oh, yeah. It's super cool. Now, Tippmann's not going to be able to put that system... You can't take that system and put it into a different body because a lot of it's built into the receivers the way they designed it, so that's just not going to happen. I don't know if they're going to release a new model. I know they're releasing new barrel lengths because right now they have a 14.5-inch carbine. They're going to release a 20-inch M16 barrel, and they're going to release a 10-inch CQBR barrel.
Mm-hmm.
So
everyone gets their fix.
I like the Tippmann a lot. I think it's I think it's a product that is rough around the edges and needs...
It's lovable.
It needs more time. I think that it could be a very serious competitor given a little bit more time in the oven.
Yeah.
That's my thing about it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking fun, though. I love it.
Bleep, bloop.
Don't even care.
Not for these.
Ian... I can't say
Bokesh?
it. Bokish. I can't.
Okay.
Whatever.
I think
Ohio
Bokish is pretty good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice. Hey guys, parentheses, I love you, Evan Hart, parentheses. I'm looking into gas blowback rifle AKs, more specifically the KWA AKG-74SU and the WeTech AK-74UN. I love the immense recoil, aftermarket support, and included mag deflector and custom selector switch on the WeTech, not to mention it's cheaper in price and cheaper mag price. The KWA obviously seems the smarter choice, being it comes in that baller KWA warranty, and being all around better performer out of the box. The reason I want the gas blowback rifle is for the sheer realism and fun factor, so with that in mind, the WeTech would be the better choice for me, but is it really? Let me know what you guys think.
I answered you on Facebook
Yeah.
already.
I am not a fan of WeTech large rifles. Here's the thing about WeTech. They make a lot of really cool models. So they make like G36s, M14s. They make all kinds of really crazy guns compared to other companies. But they all have a lot of performance issues.
A lot of leaks. You
A
gotta
lot of
change
leaks,
things,
mags are-
upgrade stuff.
Now,
Constant
I've heard a lot
maintenance.
of...
QA is pretty shoddy. That's pretty much what it is, I guess.
Now, what I will say is that like people love their pistols because they're Marui spec. So when pieces break on their pistols, you can replace them with Marui parts and Marui compatible parts and aftermarket parts.
Easy to upgrade.
Tech 1T Matt, he used to run a WeTech high kappa,
Yeah.
and he abused the crap out of the thing, and it just ran forever.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: is that like, let's say like, oh, I want the M14. The only place you can get parts for the M14 are from WeTech, so you're just replacing the crappy WeTech part with another stock quality WeTech part. Now, there's some aftermarket companies that sell some stuff, like
RA Tech.
RA Tech. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But, I mean,
I think Inakatsu makes them. Too.
is
I'm
it
not
really
sure.
is it really
It'll work.
worth it to, like, go through all that trouble to save a few bucks up front? Or should you save some money and go with something that's a more well-built product but might not have all of the customizations available? I personally would go with the KWA. Personally, that's
We actually
mine.
remember we got that KW. We got 2 KWAs in a trade for the gas blowback. Remember how fun those things were?
Those things were hilarious.
I know. You would have racking that thing. Walk out on the street, rack that. You're
Getting shot by the cops.
yeah. You're gonna. Yeah.
But yeah, when I talked to you on Facebook, you pretty much had answered your own questions, so glad we could help.
I like the idea of the WeTech though, because
Yeah.
they just make stuff that no one will make.
True.
Scars.
That's not always good.
That's not always good though.
AFK Gaming, hello again. Hello.
Hi.
I've recently been given an Elite Force red jacket. My friend had it for about 2 years and has never cleaned it or oiled it.
Does it come with rape?
What would you... Oh, there it is. There it is. You couldn't let me finish the question.
Nope.
Pedo bears.
You couldn't even take the never been cleaned or oiled? You couldn't
No.
do something with that one?
Nope.
Does it like candy in movies?
Does it have a creepy rusty van?
Is it all arrested? What would you recommend I use to keep it working? Same question for green gas. Don't forget to mess up for the lulls.
Oh, we always do.
Hashtag
I think we just
go
derailed that
AFK.
thing.
A Real Steel lubricant that I like to use for my gas blowback pistols, Frog Lube,
Mhm.
because it's organic, so it doesn't ruin rubber seals or anything like that. Works on real firearms and BB guns. You could eat it. It's biodegradable. It's kind of hilarious stuff.
If you need to freshen your teeth out,
it
in the
tastes
field,
like mint. You can
yeah.
actually like eat it.
Old man
No, I
used to
wasn't
brush
working on
his teeth
guns
with it.
all day.
Like, I like that kind of stuff. The biggest thing with the gas blowbacks, maintenance. So you have to take them apart. This also goes for the Tippmann and the Daytona gun and stuff like that too. Polar Stars, anything that has lubrication and moving parts, your gearboxes, everything.
TLC.
But more importantly so for gas blowbacks, you need
Preventative maintenance.
You need preventative maintenance. You got to go in there and clean stuff out, use the right lubricants, make everything
Is that
all
Pikachu
nice and
surfing?
smooth. Yeah, it's a picture of Pikachu surfing, brush.
So green gas, I guess, was the other part.
Same stuff.
Umarax.
Green gas a little more than CO2, sort of.
About the same.
Yeah.
It really depends on the manufacturer. I hear the Nurpearl stuff's going to be pretty decent, though. I don't know.
I've heard
But-
things, but I've not
yeah.
seen, so I don't speak
Yeah.
to knowledge of that.
Umarex license gun, Umarex license green gas works pretty good. We carry it here in the shop pretty much exclusively now, so.
Yeah, Red Jacket CO2. Yeah, just keep it lubed. Make sure it's clean. And it should be good. And then after that, if something's not functioning correctly, it's probably a broken part. If it's definitely not within warranty now, so you'd have to contact your local shop or whoever you're comfortable with doing repair work and see if they have the space to fit you in their schedule and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You guys looking at me for something? No, I totally botched that. He wasn't even talking about green gas. Way to go, me.
It's okay.
Pull the guy out of admin.
It's sales. He's just trying to make sales.
I'm not in sales. I'm in admin.
Tactical Tuesday.
What's the difference? Are you flexing?
You're not.
No,
you're
I'm
not
trying to,
going
like-
on vacation this weekend.
I'm feeling like
Are
I'm
you
just
claustrophobic?
claustrophobic as fuck right now.
Is it the beards?
No, it's not even the beards. It's that I'm the biggest guy and I always put myself in the center for no reason.
I know.
your
I was wondering that too.
That's your fault.
All right, we're gonna go with Ben. Whoa, jeez. Glushinsky.
Benjamin
Glushinsky. There we go.
We're sorry, man. We're bad at this. Just
You guys
I'm
might as well
sorry.
use fake. Just your call signs.
Just make something up that we can pronounce.
Question 4: have you ever played at Red Dragon, and have you ever wanted to go back? Where's that at?
I have no clue.
It says check AO.
No,
We're
and I
hosting an
have
event
no
there
idea.
With a couple OOBI staff aiding us.
Red Dragon. I can't tell if that sounds familiar.
I've never heard of
Is that a
that.
field in Ohio?
It sounds
I
like
think so
AO
because
is
he has
Airsoft
other
Ohio.
questions in there, and he knows one of my buddies from Toledo. But I have no idea where that's at.
Never been to Red Dragon.
Maybe Michigan?
Maybe Cincinnati area? That's on the far side of the state from where I used to live, so like I could see myself not getting out there very often to try different fields.
I'm going to go with probably I haven't been there and no idea because I
I don't
just don't know.
I don't
figure it out.
I don't airsoft. All right, it's time. 5-minute frenzy. Let's do this. Shaboosh! Explosion!
Blaze off!
And start. Jeremiah Shepard, are y'all coming back down to Ballahack for the summer rev as long as it makes the schedule? Yes, because that was fun, and I've been to like 2 or 3 of them now, and I like them.
You answered it like 3 times now?
Ruger Welty, badass as always. Love you too, sir.
We try.
Ruger Welty again. So early, it's only in 360p. Hashtag banana pants for the win.
You're supposed to say first comment.
First comment, bro. First comment. Do I teach you how to internet or
You
what?
had dibs.
Unconventional airsoft. My AEG under $400. Crytek or VFC. Either one. I like them both.
Get him.
Get them. Just either one. I like the Crytek a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome
Awesome noob.
Awesome noob 26. I'm whatever. Do you guys have a Chinese sweatshop that makes all your products? I bet you do, my people. Well, there's Bigs.
Maybe?
Oh, Jesus.
Dishna 7. Thoughts on cry modding jeans or even hashtag banana pants?
Do it.
I've heard that a rumor that there are cry modded jeans that exist actual from Cry. I've heard a rumor.
I've seen him.
I don't know if it's real.
Be fun.
Garrett Elaine, what are your thoughts on the APS CAM 870 AOW shell ejecting tactical pump, aka Sherbu Super Shorty? All right, I think it's cool, but I would never buy one because I don't want to lose those shells or anything like that.
And APS.
Benjamin Lee, hi Amp, love the channel. By the way, I wanted to ask, why can't you say banana? Because there's the ATF. Sir Fiverton, let me call my buddy. He's an expert in Polar Star guns. Rick Harrison, I don't understand what that was supposed to be for, but we're rolling with it. Joe Man, I like Battlegrounds. Do you have your stand or booth there though? No, we do not.
Maybe.
Maybe someday. I don't know. It just depends.
Yeah.
Ohio Airsoft. Hashtag, are you faded, Alicia? She's so faded, she's see-through. Go outside and get some sun. Waffleman Media, why did Meow think I was the traitor in Trouble in Terrorist Town? I killed the Under Armour kid. When he smiles, he can't see. Like,
Oh.
He was watching you for some... I don't know. He was just watching you.
Richard Riccani? Love the show. I love you. Thank you.
Aw. He might do it.
Robin R., I got a question. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is noble in the mind to suffer, and then I forget the rest of it, because I used to have to read that, actually.
Buckets.
The Friendly Dolphin, will you ever stock Surpat? Surpat's a Russian camo, I believe, so probably not, no.
We have ATAX if you want it.
Two Tall Toms, nice episode. I love how you're answering questions, drinking Surge, and just having fun with Airsoft, because if I didn't have fun with this, I'd probably kill myself.
And we love you,
Look
Tom.
forward to you visiting us.
Yeah, come see
Whatever
us.
way that's going.
9711 Will. I got a British issue GSR respirator for work and bragging. Do you think it's a good idea to use it in Airsoft, or will I? You'll trash it, but it'd look cool.
I'm glad you admit it's for bragging.
It would look cool, but you'd probably trash it. Rich Campbell, thanks for the shout out. Fart appreciates the support. Well, it's because we like you, Rich, because you're fucking cool. Rocky Barrett, do you prefer I should get a Mac 10 or a 44 Mac? Dude, whatever. I don't care. I thought Matt's Mac 10 was hilarious, so.
That was funny.
Jeremiah Shepard again. Will the ladies love it? The ladies always love it.
There's only like 3.
Bam! All right, we're done.
Boom!
What do we got? I still got a minute and 20-something seconds left.
Made up for last time.
Badoosh! Well, there was a crap ton of them last time. Like
We caught up.
there were so many.
Alright, so it's...
And the challenge has been
And the funny
forward.
part was that, like, last time there was, like, short questions that I had, like, meaningful answers to. This time there was nothing.
There was a lot of love dispensing.
There was just a lot of trolling
See,
going on.
that's what happens when I filter and then you filter. You're meant to burn through them.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so now let's keep going.
I could give you a big one.
Christopher Joseph Blair, any news on getting the Crytek LMG box mag separate? If not, any good generic M4 box mags that will work well with it, feeding, not breaking down, and will fit properly. Keep up the awesome work and great videos.
Got it. I already talked to them about it. They are gauging public interest on it, which means they didn't know people wanted their stuff.
Yeah, they started their pro shop, so they're releasing rails, receivers, parts like
Everything.
that. So
So if you have
I
Whole
would assume it's coming.
gearboxes.
Yeah.
So if you have like a VFC, yeah, you can go buy the Crytek rails right now and just put those on your guns.
And for those of you lost with the key mod, they have rail segments because they've been
They
a little rough on compatibility with some other off brands.
No. So their rails are mil spec.
Yeah.
So all of the Airsoft crap is usually not mil spec, so it doesn't fit. So like Emerson stuff and crap like that, they get all loose and wobbly. But like if you use like real key mod rail segments from real like actual firearm companies, or you use the Crytek ones, those all fit.
Mm-hmm.
They fit well too.
Freedom bird.
Bierce88. Couldn't that one guy just use a ICS G33 lower with his MG36 build? From what I've seen, those magwells are rock solid. I think that was the guy talking about the G36 with the M4 switch over.
We've done a little bit of, we've done a bunch of G33 installs.
I'm gonna take it.
They are really wonky fitment wise out of the box. They have
Oh,
inconsistent
God.
molding and stuff like that. So we quit doing installs in them. You might be able to cannibalize off of a broken one the magwell. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get into this crazy world of customization. Like
When you
that.
start going crazy like that.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee. Hello, Amped. Have you seen an RC drone used during an Airsoft game, and what do you think of it?
It was hilarious.
I think they're awesome. If you want some good footage of it, check out Balahack.
Balahack does that all the time.
They have a really good media crew there, and they just
Just two guys.
yeah.
Two guys
That's
that
what I
do
mean. Two
everything.
guys, and they
Two
do an
guys.
awesome job.
They do an awesome job.
They use a drone every weekend for their open plays, which look like we're bigger than most ops half the time.
They have like 200 people that show up to those.
Yeah, they're good. Also, should I hold off on buying the Titman M4? I'm deciding between that and an RC drone.
The drone's pretty
roughly
cool.
the same price.
What's that one we were looking into?
Oh, the kid was like, "Hey, should I buy a saxophone?" Or I was like,
Get the
Go,
saxophone.
go slay some girls and get the saxophone. Come on, man. Like Airsoft's fun, but I'm gonna
start a ska band.
start a ska band and get girls. Like,
Titman sounds awesome, but many people seem to be having trouble with it. Should I wait for Titman to sort it out, or take a leap of faith? I would, if you have
a little bit of technical skills, you can fix the Titman.
Yeah.
Because
To a point.
our test Titman that we have in here, it's not.
Limping.
Oh, she's beat up.
He's beat up. I messed her up pretty bad. I'll take the blame
That's
for that.
worse
That
than
was
a South Side girl on a
She's in
Saturday
pieces
morning.
over there.
that was my bad. But all of the problems with the Titman you can fix if you have some technical skill. Like, you don't even need a lot, but you just need to have some common sense and a little bit of thought process going into figuring out problems.
I think the Tippmann users group. There's a lot of
guys.
lot of dudes doing mods and videos and stuff. So the info's out there. You just got to be willing to take that leap of faith.
Now,
Personally, I would.
when I had the Tippmann running before I broke it.
You were so excited.
Well, I broke it physically, like as in like I was operating with it and I twisted it into pieces. So
Whoops.
I kind of fell on it and did some stuff. So whatever. But
Let's talk about ASAPs.
When I had it shooting, it was shooting great. It was shooting awesome.
Yeah.
Way better than I expected to for that gun. It was shooting like 250 feet with a 3. Like that's very competitive compared to a lot of other guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good as a Polar Star or an S&P or anything like that, but it was competitive at least. But an RC drone, that's pretty cool.
I would honestly say if you have a good gun and it's working fine now and you're good with that, go for the drone.
Because it's so fun.
Because
That
I
looks
really
so fun.
want a
Wristband that
drone,
follows you
and I
around?
just think it's awesome when people learn how to fly them. And
Nah,
the outtakes sometimes, like that dude who's the thing died in England, so it goes into like this automatic land mode, but it was right over a lake, so he had to dive out into a lake to go grab it.
Ooh.
I would say a drone would you be able to get really cool footage, and then we don't know anything about any extra or new versions of the Tippmann. It's just
We've been talking with them,
Yeah.
and we're seeing what we can get
They
done.
kind of didn't know who we were. Now they're kind of interested.
we broke it and fixed it so many times over.
Yeah.
How many departments?
It's really
did you go
if they're the same price, I would tip for the drone.
Just because it's cool.
through? Yeah. Third-person gameplay footage or aerial stuff is always fun to watch.
Yeah.
Breaks up the monotony.
Your go.
My go. See, we
Thunderbird.
got Matthew Roberts Jr. Hey guys, I need some advice. Recently got an MP5 and I don't know if I should get it P-starred or upgrade the internals. I was also thinking of getting the new drop-in from P-Star for the MP5. What?
The F1.
Oh, the F1. Oh, geez, MP5.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
It's your preference.
I know AEGs can be a little finicky depending on which ones they are, but
I would-
a Polar Starred one is kind of...
Throw an 11.1 on it, run it till it dies, and then drop an F1 on it.
There you go.
That's actually a pretty solid piece of advice.
Problem solved.
Run it till you blow it up.
Have fun with it.
I got Benjamin Glzinski again.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Amp, looks like y'all had fun at Shelby. We did.
Yes.
Heard rumors I might get a chance to see you guys at Grayling. Probably.
Mhm.
Hopefully, Brandon Nagley is a buddy. Wanted to ask you what your opinion is for the best barrel to R-Hop. Buddy of mine have done Promi, Mad Bull, Orga, and Miracle, and the Miracle and Orga seem to be the best. Keep up the videos and hope to meet you guys in May in Michigan. He's speaking about what to R-Hop. Now, R-Hops are... The big thing about R-Hops is
Are you lighting that on fire?
you either need to completely know... You either completely need to know how to do it and be very, very proficient in it, or at least you need to know someone who is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see more misinstalled R-Hops than I see
Well, I see a lot
just about any other tech problem recently, because everybody knows that they work well, so everybody tries to do it, and then they mess it up.
Well, I see a lot of people trying to sell pre-installed and stuff like that. I'm wondering because I know you have to.
You have to tune it.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You have to have the whole
whatever
gun.
You're gonna use.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then especially because it's constant tear down and put back together to make sure it's actually
It's a lot of.
correct.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of install work.
I mean, if it works.
Now,
for
what
you,
would be the best barrel? Depends on what type of gun you're trying to build. If you're trying to do an HPA gun,
probably an Orga. right?
probably an Orga will give you. It won't be as air efficient, but it'll give you really good shot-to-shot consistency,
Mhm.
distance and accuracy-wise. A tight bore is good for air efficiency. I mean, it's whatever. I don't hate. People think I hate R-Hops. I don't hate R-Hops. I just.
Should we get mad? on the
Your
phone?
work and effort to pay off is much different than
So
flat
yeah.
hop.
So let's say if you take a scale of 100, and that would be your absolute max performance in a hop up. We'll say 98% is a really, really well done type of R hop, right? I'd say if that's a 98%, I'd say that the flat hop is like a 90%.
85, 90.
85, 90. But here's the thing. R hop, like 2 to 4 hours, depending on how good you are at it for work. Flat hop, 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. We have the video, and
Yeah, we literally put one together in a video, like just
Yeah, it's
doing
that
it.
easy.
It's that easy. So I don't think they're worth the time investment,
Yeah.
personally. That's just me.
What is this? Oh, you can have this one, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
That's from the last one.
Silver Lions Airsoft. That moment at 26:44, they read your question, crush the paper, pull out another, glances at it, crushes it while asking the people in the car questions, moves on to question after the one he just pulled out. Well, here's the deal. You know what? I've been operating on, like, no sleep.
Could have just asked it again.
Hate us because they ain't us.
I hope we're getting those patches right.
I know.
Are we?
They hate us because they ain't us.
Ooh, that's a good one. Harry Witten. Hey guys, can you explain the difference between HPA and AEG chronoing? I'm confused. Sorry if this has been asked a million times.
But that's a question I'm okay answering.
Because it does have a...
It's very important.
Yes, very important.
Teach them about chronoing and Joules.
Alrighty. I'm assuming that's your main question is the difference between FPS and Joules. FPS is literally the speed that the BB is traveling.
Yes.
Feet per second. Joules takes into account the BB's weight.
Energy.
It's a measure of power.
Yes. So basically it takes into
Well, not
account...
power. Yeah, it is. It's a measure of power.
Yeah, so
Force.
if I'm not mistaken, it's a calculation of the FPS and the weight together.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, with HPA guns,
Since times acceleration equals force.
yes, this is math over here. He actually, if you have BB Wars, he did the entire chart on the back, and that my brain turned to mush when he did that.
Did it in 20 minutes too. There might be a couple mistakes, but overall, I think I rounded pretty well.
But yeah, your main thing with the difference between a gearbox and an HPA system, gearboxes actually, they have to take the time to wind up and then let go. So there's an arc in the amount of air that actually hits the BB. With HPA guns, it's much more consistent and direct.
So the piston comes back,
Yeah.
pulls air in, goes forward, pushes BB out. If it's a high rate of fire gun, the piston will start to come back before the BB leaves the barrel.
Mhm.
So there'll even be a little bit of power loss before the BB even leaves the gun.
Mhm.
So the Joule rating on an AEG will be relatively consistent depending on barrel length. Its curve is a little bit more gentle. On an HPA gun, cylinder releases, air just hits the BB, BB goes.
Mhm.
So lengthening the barrel or adding weight, adding
Heavier
BBs in, what happens is the curve for power loss is not as it's not as drastic. So what ends up happening is you have something that's called Joule creep, where BBs leave the barrel with more intended force than what you would typically understand because of the consistency of your bore, the amount of time that the BB stays in. So what ends up happening is that you end up hitting. It's gonna hit me.
Got it.
It's gonna hit me.
Yeah, we need the chart.
So what you do, instead of chronoing in FPS, because let's say here's a really easy way to cheat chrono. Don't do this or you're an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But you can run heavy BBs, chrono in low, but you're actually hitting with more force. Don't ever chrono with either lighter weight BBs than what they're asking for at the chrono, or tell them what weight you're using so they can calculate your force appropriately.
Don't be
The
a
proper
dick.
way for a chrono is for them to control every aspect of it, but
So-
sometimes they don't.
So
We'll bring this up on the doobly-doo, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to chrono in joules. 400 FPS with a 2 is equivalent to about 1.48 joules. It's right around in that area. So if I were to go with a 2.5, about that equivalent FPS is about 350. So you see, you always have to chrono in joules so that you can understand how much force you're actually applying to the target when you hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important. That's probably going to be in a pleb to pro pretty quick.
Yeah, that's one of the
'Cause it's
picked
just-
up ones.
Because it's so dangerous. Like if people want to try to cheat chrono, they're like, oh, my gun shoots 450. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run like a 2.5, so that I can bring my joules down within joule limit. Like no, don't do that. That's dangerous.
This is like you said. This is very dangerous, and this is what will get HPA guns kind of shut
Every
out
gun.
of places. Yeah.
This will get fields closed. This will hurt people. It's very dangerous. So
If you're
always
in this,
chrono and
if you're in
joules.
this hobby to hurt people, then just kindly leave.
Yeah, not good. So you always chrono in joules. So what you do is you go up to the chrono, you let the chrono know, or you either let the chrono know what weight BB you're using, or they give you a set weight of BB that they can control the mathematics on. Then they chrono your FPS and they can figure out how much joules you're actually shooting at, and then tell you whether you're hot or not.
Yeah.
So
It also fields just need to keep up on their education and stuff like that.
they
too.
really need to learn how to chrono and Joules. It's very, very important, and it keeps building
Europe
people.
is kind of behind from what I hear.
I just think that really lacks standards. Period.
They
On
have
like
really strict.
it's some countries are really strict, some
Yeah.
countries aren't, and it's just not the same. And you got to think, though, most European countries are small, and they have their own set ways of playing. It's like in America, where everywhere you go, like a state play, like some guys from Ohio play, a lot of guys from Ohio play a lot different than the dudes from PA that are right next door.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is. Yeah, Chrono and Joules. Chrono and Joules. Chrono and Joules. So important.
All right.
Answer your question, bro.
Hit it.
All right, are we on?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Impulse Airsoft asks, how do you reduce FPS on a gun? Because I play at Steel City and Battlegrounds like you guys do. Their FPS limit is 350, but guns I'm looking at buying, that gun is 390 to 400 FPS. Any suggestions? Keep up the great works.
Tokyo Marui velocity reducers.
I was going to say, externally, that's what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap, about $25 here in the shop. Gives you a couple control rings.
Here's the big thing about that is that as long you have to make sure that the facility that you're taking it to allows that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to kind of put it on there in such a way that they know that you have it, so they can know to look for you in case you're cheating. Because if you throw some trust out there first, they'll trust you more likely.
Yeah.
But you can use that, and it's removable, so you can keep your gun running at the 380 FPS that it comes with stock.
Hey, I'm going to go out to Mercer and
I'm going to go out to Mercer and play, and you take the velocity reducer off, and then it'll shoot field.
Yeah.
And you just
You'll be
screw it back
keeping up.
on.
Mm-hmm.
You could do...
You have to make sure they allow it, though.
I mean, the next option would be either doing an Orga barrel, which would drop you down pretty
Mhm.
significantly.
Do a wide bore barrel.
Wide bore barrel, which is pretty decent for indoor play on an AEG. It's doable. A spring cut or a swap is typically the most common thing that we see, but
It is the most labor intensive, too.
yeah, I mean, we're taking apart a gearbox. At that point, the $25 for the Tokyo Marui, it looks kind of a little meh on the end of your thing. You're not going to be able to use the suppressor or anything like that inside, but it'll get you
Yeah, it
out
doesn't
there
look
playing.
very cool. The Tokyo Marui velocity reducer does not look cool,
But it gets the job done.
but it
That's-
gets the job done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
which
get
is
you out there
important.
playing. So that's pretty much your options there.
That's what I would go with, personally.
Yeah.
And you can use it on multiple guns.
Yep.
You just pull it off, put it on something else.
Standard threading.
You just have to ask first before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck no fire truck. I love your name. Fuck no fire truck.
Blaze ops.
I keep saying it in my head like it's a different sense. Like, fuck no fire truck. Hey guys, still running through the .4 and the white .4 and .43 BBs I bought from the awesome defective batch. Running like trains through my VSR, causing whelps down range. How did the new batches come out? We are still waiting on the manufacturer to... Because here's the thing, like...
Make better science.
The old
Yeah.
the old BBs are from a different manufacturer, and they failed to meet our specifications for what we wanted. Because we didn't want to release crappy BBs, so we went with a new manufacturer. The new manufacturer does not have the ability to make perfect white heavyweight BBs. They max out at 3s or 3.2s, I believe, somewhere in there.
The ones we currently have 3s, I believe.
Yeah, we currently
Heavyweights.
just get 3s.
Yeah.
We, as much as I really want white heavyweight BBs, I'm not going to put my name behind a product that sucks, so I'd much rather just not sell the heavyweight BBs until we get some good ones in. Now, we're working with the manufacturer to at least come up with light-colored or high-visibility colors.
We've had some requests and feedback for that, which is
Like some, really, Blaze Ops orange, like
heinous colors.
heinous bright, neon greens and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
They could
funny.
be in heavier weights. Now, the reason the .4s and .43s originally didn't get launched was because they were inconsistent in shape. They had defects in shape and stuff like that.
Polish was
and they had the almost no polish to them, which
Yeah, they were
If you
gritty,
yeah,
dimples.
if you ran them in mid caps, they would feed and double feed and get stuck in your mags, and it was freaking awful.
Destroyer of springs.
It would destroy your if you're running an M4, it would destroy all your mid caps, and that was bad. We didn't want that to happen to customers. So, but for bolt action rifle guys like you, I know they love them because they only load 10 of them in their mag at a given time, and they still fly well. Their consistency on the interior was good. It was their external quality that was the problem. And like I said, I'd much rather put my name on something that's awesome than on something that sucks.
Yeah. So we're working on it.
We're working on it. Trust me, I want them too because I shoot a Polar Star. Trust me, I want nice heavyweight BBs.
Yeah, if you find any of the Mad Bull 4s, let us know.
We still have a little.
We have them hidden away.
We still have a little cachet of heavyweight BBs of the Mad Bulls
When it's time to operate.
for trolling purposes.
Benjamin Klaczynski again.
Jeez.
Question 5.
It's a triple, baby!
At least. What's your favorite MOSFET? The heat sink on most aren't good enough, and I even busted a BTC Mark II. Fixed now, but yeah, it still happened.
BTC
really-
Chimeras.
Chimeras, pretty much.
I haven't used an
Chimeras.
AEG consistently in 2.5 years. You know what the best MOSFET I've ever used is?
Trigger discipline.
A fuse.
Polar Star FCU.
There it
Troll!
Oh,
is. Shut up!
Um,
You're being that guy.
I'm being that guy. But no,
The BTC.
I like
he
the
says main
Spectre
thing was
stuff
like
as
wiring
well.
heat shrink.
I like the Chimeras.
Yeah.
I like the Spectres. I've used guns with them in there. I think they're cool.
They're just so fragile.
They're so fragile.
That's what I just don't like that.
Fragile. Must be Italian.
So my thing is
Chinese.
do you want to know what I think the best MOSFET is? Is a gun that's built with its own MOSFET from the factory that's built for it, ready to go. So my personal favorite MOSFET is the one that comes in the Crytax, because guess what? It's built to go in there, and it's built to function the way it's functioned, and it's a tank. And it does exactly what it does. It controls the voltage flow through the gun to keep you from burning up like your motor and crap like that.
Yeah, our old tech, Matt, he ran a 14830C dump. Never had an electrical problem. The only things he ever ran into was after beating the
bearings.
literal shit out of it. He had bearings and piston problems. That was it.
Yeah.
But that was after
Still
that
continuing.
thousands and thousands and thousands
About
of rounds.
150,000 rounds.
Yeah, so
Hold on.
never an electrical issue in a
Blaze
crack.
Ops missed one here.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-oh.
Jacob Diego, hey guys, love your vids, thank you. What is a Polar Star F1? If you don't know, doesn't really matter. Hashtag stay operator.
That wasn't from Blaze Ops.
F-
You were supposed to answer that.
Well, the F1, it's a new HPA system.
It's the new
coming out.
HPA system from Polar Star that
Drop
is
in.
not a ripoff of the S&P, and the S&P is not a ripoff of it. They are completely different. They are...
Knowledge dropped.
That shit drives me crazy. I go on like because people don't know this. I lurk in all your Facebook groups. I'm there.
We're in all of them.
But I just don't say
Sucking
anything.
Up power in the
You want to know
office.
why? Because I want to know what you
You're
guys
just-
are talking about.
You're just saying this because you're going to get like 30 friend requests. then.
Stop.
Anger sharks are
Spreading-
swimming in my head!
Stop spreading around bad information. If you don't know the truth about something, just don't talk about it. Let someone else who does talk about it. Or direct people, or direct yourself to a place where you can find some knowledge about it. So Polar Star has been working on the F1 for like 2.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine took an open source design and then improved it, made it better, and then released a separate product. That's it. So Wolverine came in, made a better product than what had been originally in existence, released it before Polar Star had finished their F1 project. That's just all that happened. They're not ripping each other off. Their internal specs are different. They operate on a slightly different principle than each other. The only thing that makes them look any kind of similar is the fact that they both go inside gearboxes. You can't really change the shape of that. Since they fit inside a gearbox, they have to have a certain look to them. Otherwise, they won't fit. So I'm tired of people like, and you know what it really is I feel like what they're doing is they're trying to stave off buyer's remorse because they don't want to be threatened by the fact that there is another product out there.
This is going to be Anthony's 5-minute rant.
Dude, it might as well be because
We just got B2 bombed up in here.
because this shit pisses me off so bad.
Call out Mjolnir.
Oh, that's John.
I love you, John, but later.
We're
I'll
on
talk to you
airplane
later.
mode.
So like,
It's Wi-Fi.
they're different, but they function similar. They're both great products. That's it. They're both excellent. Like
I guess one's
we got to get some test models in of the F1.
expectingly excellent.
From what I have
probably
heard,
awesome.
it's
It's
from
probably
guys who've already gotten their hands on a couple of them. It is excellent. And I like the Wolverine S&P. I think that is an incredible system, especially for
Why do you think it's
Price
every
and
one
ease
of
of
our
use.
videos?
price and ease of use. It's
Sold.
sold. Like
Well, Matt, you really haven't given it back.
you haven't given the test one back. Oh, this is from T-Rex. You guys look so tired. Yes, we were. I was glad to meet you all. Evan was pretty cool. Had him Velcro a patch to his beard soon after meeting him, and Matt told me about the Bio BB eating thing. No other questions than I hope you had fun and made it back safe. All the gear I purchased from you worked perfect. I'm still hoping for some patches. Hint, hint.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for coming down to Mississippi and Godspeed on your next trip. We might be coming back for Ironclad for AMS at Shelby. We might be coming back for that.
Stand by for
Maybe.
that list.
Stand by, because we're still working with the powers that be to figure out what NatOps we're going to go to. Me personally, I'd like to get to more AMS events and spread our love a little bit. And then Shelby obviously is going to be another event. So I'm cool with going back. I like Shelby. I think the AO is sweet.
Yeah.
I like it. The way the buildings are laid out and everything.
How do you spell Mississippi?
Mississippi.
There we go. Sweet. Patches coming soon. TM in the works.
Oh yeah, we're getting new patches.
New ones, yeah.
The new swag.
Let's see, this might be our last one.
Boom.
Spartan NVG. Is there any way to get a HPA tank or HPA rig for under $100? For example, instead of buying a Redline or LPR, buy something not specifically for airsoft. Maybe a paintball regulator or something for neither paintball nor airsoft. Just searching air tank regulator shows some interesting results for really cheap. I think that paying $200 plus for an air rig is insane, so what do you think about this thought?
The SLP regulator is an industrial, not airsoft, not paintball regulator that we just repurposed for it. So that's already in existence. One thing that you're going to run into using industrial regulators that aren't necessarily for our application
That's iffy.
is refresh rate. Because you obviously want rate of fire and speed with your trigger, right? Problem is that the refresh rate on those might not be fast enough to keep up with how you want to shoot.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Like, that's the thing that, like...
Fittings. You're actually throwing all this stuff around to make
There's
it work
a lot of
with the line.
stuff. Can it be done?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure you can, but...
I don't recommend it
I
at
don't
all.
recommend it unless you're really good with
You better know your
like
HPs.
mechanical engineering and like understanding some physics problems and doing math and stuff like that.
I'm
What's
sure
the cheapest tank air rig you can get away with from us?
SLP
with a
the cheapest reg.
3000, but
The cheapest reg is the SLP.
$85.
But the problem is it's sneeze.
Ew.
Ugh. Anyway, so it's an SLP regulator, but the problem
is the tanks.
is the tank are more expensive because they need a super low pressure head on the tank. Now the cheapest tank physically is the 48 aluminum non-SLP tank.
That's like 56 to 75, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, like that's the cheapest
Something like that.
tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is that since it has a standard paintball head, you can't use the SLP
LPR.
tank on it. You have to use a 200 PSI type regulator like the LPR or the Firebase.
Once you're in, though, you're in. That's all you need to do is that initial investment. So
It's expensive. I get it. I bought all my HPA stuff before I worked at an airsoft place, so I had to pay retail for it. I get it. It's expensive. It's hard to justify that cost sometimes. It really is. But once you buy the right equipment, you're good.
you're there.
You're good. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Couple additions and maybe some small batteries. Nothing really.
Yeah, and you don't have to get everything at once. You can get the air rig, then the tank, then the line.
My personal recommendation for people is if you want to try to stay as cheap as possible, but you care about high rate of fire, you get a 48 SLP with an SLP regulator, because the SLP has a faster refresh rate than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good for rate of fire. Like if that's what you care about, like pooping on dudes, that's what I would do. I run an SLP.
That's what you did.
Oh, there it is. Dropping logs.
Aw.
Aw.
Push come to shove, I mean, I hate to detract from us in any ways, but if you are really that thrifty, I will say that. Cheap.
Also check used.
Yeah. Just
Used groups.
shop your used groups.
Um,
I'm a used gear kind of guy.
you can find a lot of tanks in the buy sell trade groups.
Yeah, just get in all
qualities
the...
and
Make
dot
sure
ratings
you
and
check
stuff like
what
that.
the hydro date is on them,
Because that's
or if they're still able to. Well, it's typically $35 to rehydro your tank. Problem is some carbon fiber tanks can only be rehydroed once or twice because of structural integrity. Otherwise, they'll be too dangerous to refill. So if you're going to try a really old tank, you might be better off using an aluminum tank because they are more structurally
filling
sound.
up your tank.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can get them used.
Yeah.
You can do that too. Cheapest would be the SLP, the rig, though.
Yep.
Those are so cheap. They're bomb-proof, too. They're so tough.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah.
Oh, Matt got a Team Wendy helmet.
How'd that feel?
It's Anthony-proof for now. Oh, that one hurt a little bit.
×2.
Oh, my brain's in my spine right now.
That was left-handed.
Good. Good.
Pat Mac approves.
Are you petting my Ragnar?
Pat. Ooh.
Oh,
There it is.
You're getting it later.
Oh, I just space mooshed you.
Oh.
All right, guys. So we're done. I guess we're done.
We're there.
Episode 23 is
Episode
over.
23 is over. Thanks for stopping by. Either way, check out my...
He's still tired from Shelby.
I'm still tired. I'm always tired. Check out our social media stuff. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine, Google+. Check out our website, www.ampedairsoft.com, for all of your airsoft purchasing needs.
Mm-hmm.
We do reviews. Check out all our reviews. We just put up an Armatus. I still screwed up. Armatus plate carrier review from LBX. That was pretty fun. Evan loved that. Check out all of our stuff, guys. So ask questions down below in the doobly-doo or on Facebook where we post it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been Anthony.
Saffron.
Matt.
Thanks for stopping in, bros.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Later.